Back to stream. Uh, mm, Today we're making a manga. Today we're making a manga. I'm just gonna jump into a one-shot idea, a random one-shot idea. Um, I'm going to cultivate it as we go. The one rule in those random YouTube videos you find about making a manga are like going with like an idea and a script, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna see what I come up with, honestly. So, what's my concept? The birth of an idea. That's the concept, honestly. So, we're gonna jump in. Let me see what's up. Um, I just duplicated like the streaming thingamajig, so I'm gonna delete all these pages. Um, I'm going to condense them actually. Oh, let me actually pull it. Okay, so let me start doing random stuff. And I should bring in like a manga thing. What does it mean for an idea to come into existence? I'm actually gonna bring in art pieces that I made and turn them into thingamajiggies, as I just want to see how it would look. Alright, Trev. All right, so the topic for today, um, I'm making a one shot off of a whim, off of the random ideas that pop in my head, and we're gonna see it through. We're going to see it through and see if we have a cohesive story at the end of this. Um, the main idea and plot of this is just saying an idea coming into existence. Um, yeah, that's all I got so far. What does it mean for an idea to come into existence? Like the self-actualization of an idea is like alone, like intriguing enough. So it allows a lot of freedom, but at the same time, it's very scary because it's I, like, what do I do with that? Actually, it's not scary at all. I'm just kind of doing stuff. I'm just kind of doing stuff. But in the context that I like right now, like I'm working away, I'm working from comfortability, and I'm trying to, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm working from like comfortability, and I'm really trying to like segue into a type of growth. Like I want the idea, oh damn, oops. I want the idea to evolve, right? So it starts from an orb, goes into the actualization of a person. It's almost like those creation myths and stuff. And then as this person realizes they exist, they look around, then they create the world's entire atmospheres based on the things that they feel. And then it's like a realization of, oh wait, these things were already here even when I didn't exist. I'm just becoming aware of the cycle that I was born into. So that's what this is. Oh, I need like a sticky note or something to start writing down what I want to say. Um, in that moment, I was looking at myself. That is. Hello? Do I not have like a good pen? What? Oh yeah. Okay. So let me actually talk about my thought process right now. So yeah. Again, creation myth, like those ideas where something comes into existence, and not even just like coming into existence, but becoming more so aware of the existence. I feel like that's another level of consciousness that people don't really describe when talking about these creation myths, because even when you think about like the earliest like creation myths, the subject in which these beings speak from are that of something of a preconceived notion of existence, right? They come from a pure concept, right? They come from a pure concept of existence that is before existence. And it's like this in between stage. And within my philosophy, within my idea, that is like, imagine like the Big Bang, right? You have the Big Bang, a singularity spreading as much force as possible outwards, and then creating things like black holes. And these black holes then force massive amount of energies to a singularity point in which the process repeats again. So it's more cyclical and multivariable, like rather than just a solid like, oh, this is started right here. So in that same way, you have to think about like consciousness in the same degree, right? Like if you think about someone's thoughts and patterns and the way that they think, you can implant an idea within someone's head and they'll forget the origin of that idea. That's it's scary, but that's a thing that happens. Like people forget the origin of their thoughts, and then they forget whether that thought was ever theirs. Oh. In doing that, and that's just like a process of like existence in and of itself. Like being alive, being a living creature, or being in this plane of existence is one. There's a great scorekeep, like you could like really document like all of history and everything, but at the same time, relative to whatever the history is, it could just be wiped out. It could be wiped out, and the significance of it could be like varied depending on whether it holds any form of weight or meaning to whatever is perceiving it. So it's like, damn. So the context of the universe creating an idea, right? What would that mean? What would the universe care about? What ideas would make it move, you know? And it would have to be simple ideas, right? Because if you look at even like a person's day to day, simple ideas is what move us to go outside of our house to make money, to eat, to um talk, conversate, commune. Yeah. I just realized I was drawing on this layer. Fuck. doesn't matter. I don't really like the hand actually. So boom, 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 boom. Manipulation and validation, ain't it? There's like so many concepts about like just existing, like that's like wow. Like you could really pose so many questions. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing now. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing now. Okay, yeah, we're locked in. We're locked in. We're locked in. We're locked in. Ballet. Ballet. Or like at least dance. Like that's an interesting concept. Dance. All right. Hello, hello. Christian, welcome to the chat. Welcome to chat. Right? I think yeah, dance is like a interesting concept to start with. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, right now I'm making a off the off the dome mangaka. The subject matter is an idea coming into existence. That's what we're working with. So, this is what we got so far. We have a few panels, few pages. Really, the concept and idea of the self-observing its own existence from, yeah. I think one of the main things that I kind of like want to depict with this is how things may exist before you are able to perceive them and all that jazz. But anyways, how's your day? How's life and all that jazz? Actually don't know how to. I'm good. um hmm. How's yours? Good. I'm alive and breathing, you know? Can't complain. I cannot complain about life. Only move forward, ain't it? Another thing too, this helps with my anatomy practice. I do actually need to start drawing the anatomy from the book. Actually, I don't know why I haven't been doing that for these streams. That would have been a good idea. Cause I have like the taco journals. I got these books to just help me with anatomy and getting to know anatomy a little bit more. But yeah, I definitely could do one of those streams. Mm, 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 mm. Definitely not. It might be stream culture. You're right. You're so right. You're so right. No, but actually though, I do have to like I don't know why. I feel like days at 7 through 11 or 7 through 10, I was like my brain was like blank on what I wanted to draw. So if I bust out the anatomy book, I think that was like a good idea. I think that was a good idea. But welcome back to the stream. How's your day going so far? It's, and I love that piece you sent me, by the way. That was amazing. That was beautiful. Like, yeah, it hit. These hands are not handing right now. Let me lock in real quick. My day low key just started. It's noon. I just got up. I've been waiting. Inside flashes. Sleep thinking states. That's cooked. Yeah, that is cooked. Is your sleep schedule like cooked most of the time? Is your sleep schedule cooked most of the time? Because low key, like you just balance out like your your sleep, your your stresses throughout the day, and then you really like fix all that low key. It's not it's not an instant fix, but like it's to get you back on track. All right, let me see. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Okay. Time to erase her head. Just make her a concept. I'm dead. No. Hmm. Damn. I don't know. I don't know. Like there's a lot of things that like kind of can mess up your sleep schedule because on top of like stress, on top of fractured sleep. Oh, I got more fractured sleep, which is kind of type type. That's deep. I mean, as long as you find something that works for you, like I'm pretty sure you can, and then adjust yourself accordingly. No one person is like ever the same as someone else. So allowing yourself the room to actually like find your type of sleep schedule or find your type of healthy balance within yourself is important. Here, let me take the stars from this one. Alright, so boom. Existence. Oh my gosh, dancing lady in existence. Shock. Damn. Damn, it's all black, ain't it? Actually, I could make it screen, right? Nah, that wouldn't work either. Hold up, let me just Control C. Do that. Control V. Then Control T. And move it over. I'm just now peeping. That was a question. Wait, I get more fractured sleep, which is kind of better than short ones? Question mark. Ah, nah, not really. Cause like if whenever your brain like has to check out. So what happens is like when your brain gets into REM sleep and it wakes back up and then it wakes up again and then you go back to sleep, wake up again, go back to sleep. It messes up the um chemical receptors and chemical senders. There we go. And in that process, like it kind of like it just jumbles up your entire system. So when you actually wake up, you wake up like kind of groggy, and yeah, it's the whole 9 yards. The whole 9 yards. It's probably a trigger cause I might have to mess. Yeah. You feel me? Like, hey man, if there's one thing about me, I like good sleep. I like a good sleep. But one of my biggest things, I remember when I was little, like I didn't really like going to sleep because I felt like I was missing out on something. But it wasn't until like maybe a few years ago where I was like, man, sleep is like I've been taking advantage of the fact that I need to sleep. If I really fear missing something, then I'll just wake up early for real. Cause like one, I'm not really a night person. I'm not the type of night person that goes out and does stuff. And that's like living in America, the idea is like, oh, you go out during night. I don't really care about that stuff. I don't care about like going to the pub or nothing. Like I'm just gonna chill at my home. The most that I'll do is probably go to a friend's house and craft, make some art, make music, or support my friends. But like, I'll be here. I'll be here. Let me actually make a little. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. All right, so boom. You know that one rule? People are like, don't start a manga without a solid idea or concept. Too late. I already did. I wanna make like a type of one shot, and I've already said it like multiple times during the stream, but like I wanna make a one shot that's kind of the concept of just doing it. Right? Like just diving in head first and seeing what I could create. Duplicate. I mean, as kids, there's so much to see. The excitement transitions in between days. Now, it's like I like art. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Um, that is very real. Because everything is new as a kid, and especially like now though. Like you could really say that there's a lot of new stuff now that you don't want to miss out on, but the relative need to see those things has diminished because we've built like these type of worldviews that are, I wouldn't say solid, but they just know more, you know. Yeah, true, true. Okay, what am I doing with this one? What am I doing on this page? Oops. dance it, dance it, keep. Dance with you, dance it, dance it, keep. I don't know. I don't know. Running. And then I also need to like make a process like a manga process. The worldviews do more baggage at all. You were talking about the manga. Was I? Oh, I have no clue. I have no clue. Um, I'm talking about this one. Like, I'm just trying to like put together like a random one shot. Um, I don't know yet. Like, this is all I have. This is the idea. There was no script for this at all, because the initial thing was an idea coming into existence. Boom. Idea. Boom. Spark. Just the spark of an idea. Finds itself in an area where there are other ideas, but they're too far to see. Then those ideas kind of form and postulate themselves. It's almost like when you sleep, or you get so deep in a trance or meditation when you're just like focused on one point, where things start shifting and you notice like certain shapes start to do whatever, and if there's a living organism and you see it like cross your path or something, like it it redefines what it was before. Like, you know, it's an ant, but now it's more than an ant. It's a perspective, and you could see yourself in it and also outside of it. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. So it's this being that's coming into existence, but there's other beings already in existence. So she kind of hallucinates, sees, and then sees the is more so like responding to the environment that she's in now, and now boom. Sounds like when I sleep. Yeah. Yeah. If you get in like deep meditations, it's kind of something like that too. Yeah. I think these creatures or beings that I'm creating like kind of represent like the faceless concepts of the world. Yeah. Like, imagine that. Imagine only being a concept. You're immortal. Like that's kind of like an immortal idea, and it's a type of immortality that's only relative to the being that's like perceiving it. So like things like being alive on Earth, being an immortal idea on Earth is unique to Earth. But then you come to like concepts within the universe, and then those concepts are really immortal. Like what I like to call primordial concepts. Um one is like fractals, the idea of fractaling, like in initial ideas of anything, initial creations and births of anything, there's one common theme. You have two things, two ideas that come together, like the sperm and egg. They collide, and then they create this type of new being. And then this new being has one directive: duplicate, 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 replicate. Um, make certain functions possible, make self-sustainability possible, make an entire system that can depend on itself but needs to be refueled, and then boom. I don't think I actively tried to meditate. I guess I wasn't fostered in that circle. Yeah, tight. I do recommend meditation. I love meditation. I love meditating. It's one of the most healing things. It's one of the most healing things ever, and one of the most patient things as well. It teaches you to stop looking at reality in a linear way and really postulate the idea of like cyclical creation. Like if you notice, like a lot of your ideas from the past come back, but not in like oh, I did this once and I did this in order. Now the order should be this thing happens after. No, it's never promised. That's why like your life could be filled with so many new things that you would have never even pondered just because you wanted to cultivate cultivate a certain idea. But yeah, all that jazz. Um I said it was gonna be faceless, but I'm not even sure. Hold up, like I might even. I mean, that's the thing about like being neurodivergent. Like even if you have like neurodivergent way of thinking, right? That's normal. Like that's a part of like the cycles of life, right? Based purely on hierarchy. Oh yeah, there's no like the only structure of thinking that I say isn't good is the linear thinking, because linear thinking is exploitive, right? Like you look at Western societies, you look at ideas of capitalism, and you look at these people that exploit entire systems based on a people that don't have a solid grasp on what it means to be independent from that system, right? You create there's an entire thought process that is made from linear thinking. If you control how someone thinks, then you can control what they do. And in doing that, that causes a well of issues. And that's where like neurodivergent people like will show up more prevalent in those areas, because it is then the silences of the it's me. Hold up, let me skip the song. No, I heavily believe like neurodivergent people showing up more frequently is a response of like the environment, or like the true nature of people recognizing that, oh, we can't continue like this. So we have to channel this energy throughout different forms of life. That's why when certain people will have kids, right? And they'll have a certain diet, they'll have a certain way of thinking, and when they have this kid, now that thinking is challenged. Not even just neurodivergency, but like in any thought process, the kid is going to be different from the parent. It has to be. They have to be, because one, two parents, two different thoughts, and then you're a whole different life. And in doing that, you are then challenged with the qualms that you were born into. Now you have to dismantle what your parents believe. Now you have to dismantle what the world thinks you are. And if you're in the type of society that labels something as not normal, then you're like, okay, now you have to make sure you carve out your own section so you can really say, yeah, I exist within nature, and it's normal and it's natural, and this is. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yes, artiste. Welcome to the stream. Um, no, yeah, it's really up to you for you to add that your own meaning and submit. Damn, stuttering is crazy. You don't hear any of this. It's up to you to like really submit your own meaning and make sure that you don't fall in line to the linear thought, because the linear thought, I believe, is like one of the most toxic things you can do to the mind. Like yeah. honestly honestly is one of the most toxic things ever, because it really is how you exploit people too. It was made to exploit people. Like, imagine that. Like, you get rid of someone's ability to critically think by themselves, right? Like, think about that. You could go to school. You'll be in school. You'll do these things, right? You'll sit in class and you'll learn these things, and the things you learn then shape your entire future. If you grow up in certain places that don't teach you properly, like a lot of the American school systems, like public school systems, bro, they don't teach you that much. They don't teach you like necessities for living life, and the necessities that I mean for living life is like growing your own food, um, learning how to discern and really argue, how to have a firm stance and a firm mind and a firm belief in something, not something that you were indoctrinated in, but something that you could actually believe and digest and really think about. But yeah, they don't want that. A lot of places don't want that. But it's up to you to discern what you need for yourself. Is there nothing on this page? Yeah, there isn't. No. Yeah. Why does that not look real? I guess bearing the responsibility or awakening to the awareness that you need to be one of those to be the one to dismantle a whole system can be overwhelming, unfair, on really piss days. Yeah, yeah. It really is, especially when you're in that system that like really doesn't like individuality and unification of individuality too. Like it's a very toxic game. But where you find a lot of those people most prevalent in is like in artist spaces, so you're not alone. And that's the benefit of it, right? And that's why, like, if you look in history, there's so many recordings of places that kind of hold down and oppress people, especially in an artistic sense. But being in the age of like how people will prevail regardless of the fact that they have the world against them, and then being in a world that is so interconnected through the internet and through community and through their voices, you just can't stop. You just can't stop the creative mind. The inability to really connect on deeper levels, the frustrations of encountering systematic indecencies incarnated as people. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because a lot of even within like systems that are being oppressed, the one of the biggest ideas that like comes up is like, oh, they, the idea of they on both sides, the oppressors and the oppressed, will talk about the concepts of they, when the actual enemy, quote unquote enemy, is the system in it of itself, because it has perpetuated a belief that someone is completely different than another person, when in actuality those people are like far more similar than you really think, right? And when you find those things out, then it's like, oh, the system doesn't exist anymore. Like that system doesn't have a hold on you anymore. But it still does, because you're born in that world that had it exist in the first place. And then you see those people that really embody like what those systems mean, and you're like, damn. And you could tell that they're very miserable. You could tell how miserable that they are. And they feel like they can't do anything about it. But they can. They just have to try, I guess. Or not even try, they just have to act. Oh, that's one of my favorite hands I've drawn yet. Yes. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. And it's an interesting thing too. Like even in my so in my manga, or not this one, not the one shot, but the main one. One of the conflating views that I have in it is like when the most negative thought in existence is born and the pinnacle of that thought is born, what does it think? What does it think of its own depravities? What does it think of its own negative nature? And it becomes self-aware in the fact that like it wants to save itself, but the version of saving itself is more so burning the world around it, right? Like causing more terror, causing more harm in the hopes of saving itself. And it's a very toxic thing that you do see in reality. Like people will be pushed so far into a corner on any idea, and they could either prevail in a positive sense and grow with the cycle, or go against the grain and try to force change. It's like, if I'm not X, then am I? If I don't identify with X, then it means something is profoundly wiring wrong or wrong with them. Yeah, yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I like that. Wait, let me actually like say it out loud. It's like if I'm not X, then what am I? If they don't identify with X, then that means something is profoundly wrong with them. They deny the representation, so they must be against it. Yeah, like it's yeah. And people think like that. People like think very yeah. I have nothing to say really. Nothing to say really. Like that's just accurate. I really like this one. Oh. Ideas want to be executed. It's bigger than idea. Yeah, exactly. Cause if you think about like the most absolute goods, right? The most absolute good of something requires the absolute bad of something, and good and bad in it of itself is like a concept that is just like it's the friction. You need friction. You need to understand what is to understand what can be, right? Like it's any representation, no matter how distorted. Yeah, yeah. Like even back to like the idea of like primordial thoughts. Like you can look at existence as a point, right? And at that point makes a decision and says, "I want to go right," and then it goes right, and then it's like, "Oh, I want to keep on going right because that's all I know." And then it goes right, 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 right. And then it's like, I'm kind of bored of this. Let me go to the left this time. And now it's like, okay, this is different. This is different. This is a different feeling. Do I like this feeling? I'm not sure. But I'm more comfortable with right, so I'll continue. Then eventually it's like, I can't keep on going right because now I'm reaching an obstacle. I'm getting even more bored. Now you go left. You keep on going left. And then you go up or down, side, like whatever angle you want to like add to your repertoire, and you just keep on adding, and you keep on existing, and you keep on cycling through these forms of thought until you eventually reach a point of no return. And that point of no return is like just coming into existence, honestly. Like when an idea comes into an existence, it's there permanently. It's not going to disappear. It's not going to disappear. It may go away. Like it's like the whole science thing. Matter, energy cannot be destroyed nor created. It can only transform. So like the energy that you see around you, like has been somewhere before. One of my favorite thoughts even is like how people can look like each other even though they have no like relation to another person. And then even how people can think like each other but have no form of relation even in that. So it's like, huh, if people are able to have these distinct upbringings that are completely different from one another but still resemble each other, then it's like, wow, these ideas do form and postulate these ideas do form from a innate part of the universe that just wants to experiment, right? Or yeah, I guess you could say experiment. Yeah. Yeah. Like one of my favorite things in life is like being able to love someone, right? Being able to discover like what their world is built on and what they had to come from for it to be possible. Like, ah, it's so beautiful. And then for them to come out and be a wonderful soul, regardless of how negatives like life may have been, and then seeing how they respond to whatever they're thrown into. That is beautiful. Now, yeah, like one of my favorite things is love in that regard. Like, I I'm a lover, right? Like, there's so many things in this world that someone could say that they hate, and even the concept of hate is just an extreme version of love. Like, it's the extreme love in the way that you say, this reflection of life, I don't quite like it because it twists the view of what I was taught love was. And now I embody more hate. And rather, if you peel back the onion and you say, this is what I love, and you have to uphold that, then everything that you hate doesn't exist anymore because those things can be peeled back and understood as well. If I had a loose leaf, every lost leaf wouldn't be worthy of my peace. I'm almost at the end of my playlist. Wow. I need more beats. No, I don't. I need more beats. Yeah, I do. You're right. I do need a new cycle of beats. I need to, yeah. I actually have a song that just came out today, and I forgot about it. Oh my gosh, I forgot about it. So I have to make content for that. Woo! Yay! Last minute stuff. I told myself I wasn't gonna do anything last minute, but I completely forgot that that song was coming out in preparation for this week's antics. Yeah, exactly. Because, like, there is no good or bad for real. But it's like such an immediate concept that we're taught that we should think from. One of my favorite things within science, within mathematics that was born is the idea of the three body problem. And actually there's a show on Netflix called The Three Body Problem. Pretty good show. But the three body problem essentially is uh when you look out in space, right? And you have three stars. Usually one star you have a stable orbit. Two stars you have a stable orbit because they're forming a center of gravity in which they both of them orbit around. Three body problem is where you have three masses, and especially if they're different masses, then the system gets like very complicated because there is no stable orbit. There's no consistent pattern that each of them will hit. Sometimes they'll swing in, crash into each other, swing out, move away from each other, and do like an infinite possibility of stuff. No, you just are. Like you're not good or bad. You just like yeah, like you said, you just I I I just am. Like you just are. You just exist. Like there is no good or bad. But what makes the idea of morality come up in the human sense is what you're doing, right? Are you harming another person? Is that can be considered bad. Like harming life in general is like it could be considered bad, and it depends on the context of which you do something, and it's not like a flat concept and saying like, oh, if you harm me I harm you, because an eye for an eye, blah blah blah. An eye for an eye leaves the world blind. That's one of those ideas like I've heard, and it's very real thing because like you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but if you don't stop and just say like, let me communicate how I feel right now, and then you say, oh, that's how you feel, that's how I feel as well when you did that thing, and then you create like the third, you create that third body within your problem, honestly. Because in a way, actually, yeah, even in the three body problem, right? You have a concept, an idea that you have two people. Two people are the two stable bodies, and they can have two results. They could crash into each other, or they could just stay separate, or they can move apart. But as soon as you have this third body that enters the system, they can enter a form of chaos, and depending on how they respond to that imbalance depends on whether they will clash into each other or just miss each other or just um separate themselves. But it's such an array of possibility that you can't quantify, or like you can't predict what is going to happen. But you just have to hope that the want for peace is there. Because who really wants to fight? Even those who like fighting. It's not really the fighting that you love, it's the dance. It's the movement. Hello, Fujiways. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. I'm just making concepts of the universe, do stuff. Yeah. Actually, let me review what I have so far. So, boom. Creation, or the start of an idea. Ideas in space. Idea dances. Idea postulates. Idea sees. More ideas. And yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. How is this page not saved? I don't get it. No, this one is. Duplicate. I don't know what I want to make now. Like, now I'm just drawing. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. It's a sudden release. I need to actually put together the content for it, and then because I'm kickstarting back my interview series. I took like a 2 week hiatus just to like recalibrate in the new quarter. So now that that is done, I'm going to hop back into the interviews, finish those up, and then I have a surprise launch. One of those projects that I've been working on for a while, and I'm quite excited. So then I also need to start making new music. So after this 30-day drawing challenge, I'm going to do maybe a 30-day music challenge, and at the end of it, my goal is to have made an album. And yeah. So see them on my mind underneath some time. So sad. Yeah, no. I also need to like hop on Discord as well. Like I need to start being on there. Just chilling in the chat. Patreon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still stuck on this one. I really love this one. It's like squatting out of fire or something. Like it's really like molding something. And then I really love this one, like the dance. Yeah.
The Discord did look tad desolate. Oh yeah, literally. I think there's a more avenue to express ourselves here than on Discord. Context makes itself apparent, and it's easier in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, true. It's just mostly because like I'm like on stream. Like since I'm on stream, I'll communicate a lot more. But since like on Discord's like the same thing as stream, honestly. Like I can go on Discord and draw or do whatever. And just chill. It's just chill in a call or communicate a little bit more. But one of the like most prevalent things that I want to like start inviting to the Discord is just like more discourse. You feel me? Not facts. Yeah, I just need to bring more discourse to Discord. You feel me? Like, cause I definitely am having like a conversation. Everyone is reaching out to me personally, which is nice. I just want to, I want to be able to make sure that the community itself is cultivated, and I'm not just like a point in perspective that people could come to. Like, I am a point in perspective that people can come to, but I want others to see each other and see what they got going on and all that jazz, because that's the whole point of the server. So yeah, I just have to cultivate that. It should be fun. I'm not complaining. It's just cool seeing something get born for the first time. Ah. Ah. I wonder if I don't know what this is. Oh yeah, I do. Let me randomize my beats. No facts. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be hard either. It's just going to be. and I have to recognize that. It's almost like my art pieces, like I'm not gonna have an instant gratified feeling towards any of it. It's gonna take effort, and I'm okay with that. Speaking of effort, I need to clip the VODs and make a compilation soon. I think I might do like each week. I might t- I might cut together like each week and make a video like that or something. But yeah. Um yeah. I'm on stream. Oh. Hello? Why is my thing bugging? Yes. Okay.
Oversee my mind, my eye might align the vision with the words I speak. Injunction with the patterns that my mind might peak. My mortal body's involvement which aligns with the worlds I speak of. One to mean some, one to be one with everything. One to mean some, one to see some, one to be one with everything. Yes, I.
Yeah, yeah. It's sad. I mean, it is. it is. I mean, hmm. I mean, yeah, you could say you could cocoon, but like the reevaluation portion is even you in the stream. I feel like why are you talking to me? You feel me? Like you have no reason to talk to me, but you do. And I appreciate that. But then there's also like within your own thoughts, within your own processes of life, and you think about like reality as that smear on a petri dish, what what does that thought give significance to? What does that allow you to house within your own mind? And if you like the things that it houses, continue to cultivate the betterment of those things. If you don't, then change something. You're gonna live this life regardless, so might as well enjoy it, ain't it? Another thing that I was like really I'm stuck on, or I'm gonna be stuck on, is whether I should make my manga a left to right or a right to left. Whoa, this is kind of critter. I don't know what that means. Welcome to the stream though. Welcome to the stream. Um yeah. Critter's a desktop. Oh no, this is Clip Studio Paint. This is Clip Studio Paint, and yes, I'm making manga. Right now, I'm just making a one shot, a off the cusp one shot, like one of those tutorial tips where they're like, "Oh, what should you do to make a manga? Jump in and like make a script." No, I'm going scriptless right now. I'm just drawing and hopefully it comes together. Yep, Clip Studio. I'm assuming that you draw on Krita. Yeah, the goal about life, like for me personally, is not to be comfortable. Like, is comfortability isn't the focus of life, but is something that is granted in life. So if you strive to be comfortable, no matter what you do, you will be comfortable. If you strive to uphold the goodness, just my personal mission, then you will uphold the goodness in anything. If you strive to plant a garden, then you will make that garden. You will achieve these goals no matter what. The goal is to make and cultivate a type of mentality that could actually push you forward and not hold you back. And being a cocoon allows you the jurisdiction to explore different concepts in different ways. Like, I'm personally an introvert, or I can be an introvert, but I love talking to people. I can draw on anything, well, especially Krita and Ibis paint. Oh, Ibis paint. Someone was talking about that. Is this a philosophical class? Kind of. And maybe the lens could get reevaluated and almost never. It's almost never the lens. Yeah, exactly. Mom, I'm scared. I'm dead. No, yeah. We love yapping about philosophy over here. You know, something about the brain cells, something or other. Oh, oopsies. I don't know why it does that. I need to. Boop, boop. I'm dead. Yeah, if you want, cut like draw with us. You know, explore the concepts of creation and stuff. Nah, yeah, like, but yeah, back to like cocooning. Like, that's not the worst thing in the world, being in a cocoon. Because what a cocoon is, you have to remember what a cocoon means. Like, cocoon doesn't mean like, oh, a shelter. It's a shelter for a time. It's a transitionary period. So if you feel like you're in a cocoon, you're going to change, right? You're going to evolve. You're going to make a difference somehow, some way, shape, or form, and it is going to allow you the jurisdiction to explore life in a new manner, which is amazing. That's beautiful. Like, I love that. I love that. You know. Mm, mm, mm. Ah. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know. I don't know. Mm. This cocoon feels like has reached the point where yeah, I mean, it does. Like, time, let's go into that. Time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. Like, if you expect something to happen at a certain moment, it won't. Like, it happens at a different moment, actually. It's almost like I speak in like a music context. Like, whenever I'm making a beat, or whenever someone's playing the drums or something, you could tell whether something is made by a machine or by a person, because a machine is going to make exact measures of something and have the drums land on this specific pattern every single time. But when it's a person, we're gonna mess up. We're not gonna time it right, but it's gonna be just enough to say, oh my gosh, there's flavor, there's soul in it, but it's not offbeat. And that's kind of like what time is. It's like you can try to have some sort of like prediction for what it might be, but it won't. The prediction won't be completely on the nail, on the mark. You're gonna be one off somehow, some shape or form, and that's fine. The goal isn't to even fixate on like that cultivation of that, but it's to allow the room regardless of anything. Allow growth regardless of anything. It even goes back to your panda question, or the panda riddle, which is a unique riddle, because I learned something new. I didn't even know pandas were like innately carnivorous. I shouldn't know because they're bears, but like them going against their nature and then pushing themselves far down the path to where they become docile, but the want to fill the self a little bit more rather then allows the opportunity to say, how can I give myself the nourishment to actually grow stronger? And that's not just a in my life thing, that's a generational thing, because it took generations to squander something like that. It's almost like humanity, even in back into the concept of like oppression and oppressors, like you oppress a people for so long, it will take equal if not more time to get back to a baseline of 0 in which people could grow from. And then on top of that, everything isn't like the same playing field. Everything is staggered. Everyone has like a different level that they're starting from, a different concept that they're working with. But the sheer fact that you're aware of like your position and your thought allows you the ability to cultivate whatever you need, you know? I already messed up this paneling. Hold up. I was supposed to. You see? Hold up. That's why you plan things out. Hold up. Let me. Yeah, let me just add a new page. Because I completely forgot how like I wanted it to be structured. So again, my question lands: am I reading right to left or left to right? We'll do right to left. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just so it's easier on people's heads. And by people's heads, I mean where I come from, because people are used to like comics going that way. But manga inherently, ah, I don't know. I don't know. Hold up. Let me see. Let me see. Left to right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'll probably that's something I have to tackle. Like when I start doing the series itself, like my manga series itself. Yeah. I'm just gonna do it how I read, honestly. And I'm used to reading manga right to left, so I'll just do right to left, honestly. It feels right to left. It feels like it's right to left already. Hmm. Hello, welcome to the stream. April, what's up? What's good? Yeah, I'm just doing manga things right now. I was just yapping about philosophy, but yeah. Now, yeah. How's your day? How you doing? Wait, what? Why is it just that? What? Wait, why is that selection there? What? I just like peeped that. Wrong one again. We right here with it. Welcome back.
Okay.
I think I'm getting like not a hand, but like a yeah, no, I'm getting a hand of like how I want to go about this manga. Definitely a left. I'm gonna do left to right because that's how I read manga. Always been used to that. So I just go boom boom, and let me start adding some random text. Like even Eclipse Studios built-in thing like moves left to right because this is yeah, go down the list. Backgrounds, really? Damn. Oh, I'm asleep. I have a lot of stuff that I have to just like look through. Like, hold on. Interesting. I actually don't think I need a bubble. No, no one's like talking, so I need to use a regular thingamajiggy. Where's the text? Where's the text tool? Boop. Boop.
in that moment. I what?
Mm. You gotta love reusing your stuff, right? Full page spread.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even add any thingamajiggies. I don't think I need to. I will take this though. Literally, not gonna lie to you. Well, I can't lie to you. The backgrounds, what I did for the backgrounds is take like a real world photo. So I went on Pinterest and just found like a bedroom and then imported it and then desaturated the picture, and then extracted the lines to make it look like this step-by-step thing. Because I realized I was watching a manga tutorial thingamajiggy, like, and one of the main things that I found out was within the industry, within the mangaka industry, a lot of artists do this. Like, not necessarily going on Pinterest. I went on Pinterest just for the sole practice of making a background. But what they'll do is they'll go out, take photography, do photography of whatever area that they're in, and then they'll go back home, take those photos, do that same kind of camera blending, clean up the photo, put in their actual line work, and then integrate it with the manga, because it makes the process faster. What I found out for real is like, man, when you're dealing with deadlines and you have to like publish every single week, there's a lot of corners you have to cut. And when you looking at how mangas are created and looking at how like those storytellers had to do these things, they had to cut a lot of corners. So a lot of the time when you look at a panel, like it's not all the time that you're gonna see like the background in one of those panels, or you're not gonna see this or that, or the complete details of some characters. Like a lot of it's gonna be not half-assed, but like 80% of your energy. But in doing so, it allows you the opportunity to cut your corners and see what you could actually integrate into your thing. So this quite literally just a photo I took off the internet and integrated it into my drawings. Now eventually I want to be able to, or not want to be able to, but I'll go out and like do my own photography and stuff. Like one thing I'm planning on doing is having a photo day with like maybe a few friends, and we'll go out and get like a basic theme, and then we'll shoot along that theme, and then I'll use the photos that I take from those moments to create a one shot out of that, and just practice like that. Continue. Starts like this. Go boom, go boom. Realize you exist in that moment. Look over. It's primordial beings crafting an idea. You look out, and boom.
Yeah, I think that's a thing.
That's our little tester. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I am gonna call it stream though. I think I've been. How long have I streamed for? Oh, 3 hours. Wow, nice. I think it's the longest stream I've done. Okay. Oh. Thank you for joining stream. All that jazz. Peace, love, and prosperity amongst you all. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace, love, and prosperity. my abrupt ends. I'll probably hop on Discord a little later, but yeah. Oh, I didn't press the stop stream button. That's crazy. All right. Safety, love, prosperity.